All we hear is about Paddy the Baddy, Paddy the Baddy.
Listen, Paddy is one of those guys that everybody talks shit about, and everybody wants to fight him, and everybody wants to call him out, and he keeps winning.
I'm the new cash cow. I'm the new main man on the UFC roster. Do you know who the boy is?
In the UFC, hype is a currency. Some cash in on it, and some don't. But with raw talent, a wild character, and pure chaos you can't ignore, Paddy Pimblett has turned hype into gold.
Ever since he signed with the UFC, he has been electric. He has lived up to the hype.
People keep asking me, put pressure on yourself, this and that. Like, there's no such thing as pressure. There's no point in being nervous when you know you're gonna win. I was made for this.
With the hair, the accent, the walkouts, the unapologetic belief that he is the show, whether you love it or hate it.
I think they think I'm the easy fight. There's going to be a little bit of egg on people's faces. I think I'm going to handily beat him.
Paddy the Baddy. He thinks because he has followers that he has all this shine.
I'm gonna hurt this kid. I'm gonna hurt him bad.
Go make me a cup of tea.
You'll do nothing.
He needs my name to stay in the limelight because I am the boy.
Many thought it was all a charade, a guy whose looks and persona made him an easy target, a stepping stone, not a threat. But in a sport that chews up hype and spits it out, the octagon always tells the truth.
You are the goofy guy and you say these things and you go out there and win fights, you could become a massive star, and that's what he's doing.
You know, he went out there and completely dominated and did everything that he said he was gonna do.
Everybody keeps doubting you, man.
Everyone, and then we prove them wrong every time.
Yeah.
Some guys are winners in life. Some guys are competitors that can dig deep and find a way. The guy is a box office star.
This is the before and after of facing Paddy the Baddy Pimblett.
Welcome to the land of the elite.
The new kings, yeah, lad.
What's your name?
Paddy Pimblett.
Okay, do you have a fight nickname?
My coach calls me Paddy the Baddy Pimblett.
Before he was lighting up the UFC, Paddy Pimblett was already a star back home in the UK. Cage Warriors champion, regional kingpin, and a magnet for viral post-fight moments.
It was always going to be a masterclass from the Baddy though, wasn't it? What happened? This left hook? That's what happened.
When he made the jump to the UFC, he was an instant draw after his chaotic comeback knockout in his debut and a post-fight interview that lit up social media.
You almost got knocked out. You got caught with a beautiful left hook.
I'm a scouser. We don't get knocked out.
This is just the beginning. I'm coming to take over this whole organisation, never mind this division. I'm coming to take over, and everyone better be ready because I'm the new face of this organisation and you all better get used to it.
As the fights came, there were more wild finishes, bigger crowd reactions, and the kind of charisma that demanded attention, even if you weren't sold on the skill just yet.
A lot of people, they've got Paddy fever. They've got Paddy the Baddy on the brain, Paddy the Fatty.
I'd rather be fat and happy than ripped, and like these people who are ripped all year round aren't happy. I'm not arsed.
His fucking personality and the way he dances when he gets inside the octagon and everything, it's very fun. But sometimes you can be more famous than you are good.
He has to level up. We've done a lot of the same things, me and Paddy, but I've done it without taking any damage. No one knows about my chin because I don't get hit.
The plan is still to knock him out and twerk on him afterwards?
Yeah, finish the fight, twerk, go home.
Is there a chance you twerk over him if he gets...
I want to teabag him, lad. I want to teabag him like it's Modern Warfare 2. Just squat up and down. As I say, I was going to out-weird him, and I out-weirded him.
But it wasn't until he faced Jared Gordon that things started to feel different. The stakes were higher, the spotlight sharper, and for the first time, the questions got a little louder. Heading into UFC 282, Jared Gordon saw the writing on the wall. He wasn't being brought in to win. He was there to be another name on Paddy's highlight reel. But Gordon had other plans.
You've been around the sport for a while. You've been in the UFC for 5 years, but does it feel different? You know, fighting a guy that a lot of eyeballs are on and fighting in the co-main?
You know, my fight with Charles was like the interview for this one. I fought Charles in his hometown, in Sao Paulo. The whole place is telling me I'm gonna die in Portuguese. It's led me to where I am now. This is why I'm here. This is my destiny, and it's my turn.
It's going to be mad for him, lad, because I think he might get a good cheer and that, but when he's standing in that cage and everyone's singing, "Oh, Paddy the Baddy," his ass is going to fall out of him.
I'm sure I'm going to be the first guy to walk out because they're going to make the whole show for Paddy. And I'm going to be smiling in that cage saying, I've been here before. It's going to be a fun first round. And I think I'm going to drown him, break him.
I have got the utmost respect for him. One thing that did piss me off was he said, I'm a quitter. He's the quitter.
In the fight, Jared pressured Paddy early, landed clean shots, and made the rising star look very human. While the judges awarded the decision to Pimblett, the reaction was pretty unanimous. He lost that fight.
A lot of people saw it as a very close fight, could have gone either way. Some people saying that it was Jared's fight. What do you say to that, and what did you see? You're the one in the moment.
Anyone that thinks he won that fight doesn't know what they're watching. How did anyone think he won that fight? Do you win fights by getting punched in the face? You're just smoking crack.
All the fighters, all the fans, the Paddy fans, all the Scousers messaging me, hey, I'm from Liverpool, I'm a Paddy fan, but you won. People send me like screenshots of the comments on his page, and it says like 30-27 Gordon, 30, He said it too, right? That I was his toughest fight so far, and I'm glad to be that guy, but maybe one day we could run it back.
After a long layoff from injury, Paddy Pimblett returned at UFC 296, this time against a name far bigger than the moment probably deserved, Tony Ferguson. A former interim champion and fan favorite with a resume that included wars with the sport's best, but who also came in on a brutal 6-fight losing streak.
For many years, he was the #1 guy right behind Habib. Okay, he's not in the best vein of form right now. You can't underestimate Tony Ferguson. You can't, even at this stage of his career. He's still Tony Ferguson. He's still unorthodox. He's still super fit, and he comes to win.
Even I want Tony Ferguson to get a win and then retire.
Just not against you, obviously.
Exactly. I just can't let him do it at my expense, lad. It's not happening.
So Patrick, you're talking about Patrick. I call him Patrick. I'm not going to say he's a fat fuck. Just kidding. He's a good fighter. He's long, rangy, lanky. He likes to put on a show. He's kind of mouthy. Very beatable guy. 6-fight win streak versus a 6-loss losing streak, which is fucked up. But whatever energy that he's going to bring, it's not going to bring me down. Nothing's going to faze me.
The matchup had split opinions. Some called it a mercy fight for Tony, others a no-win situation for Paddy. And in the end, it landed somewhere kind of in between.
Overall, I have a lot more fights and experience, and I'm gonna cut this kid, man. He's worried about me blocking him on fucking Instagram, and I'm like, you're a little bitch.
I don't even care about you, dude. I
know you don't. I don't care about you. You're just another obstacle in the way, lad.
You care about me blocking you on Instagram. That's what you care about. You care about the most stupidest.
I'm not that much of a little to block someone on Instagram.
You know what? I'm not that sensitive. I don't even have to look at you.
Little sensitive boy.
You know, this is America, motherfucker. You're gonna come into my country and you're gonna try to be laughing against me and try to put me down? I don't think so. And this motherfucker is gonna be falling apart right in front of me. Wait till you get cut and you start to see your own blood. You're gonna run out of that cage back to mommy.
Paddy handled business, dropped him early, took his back, threatened with submissions, but what stood out most wasn't what Paddy did, it was what Tony couldn't. It was a clear win, but not a clean one. He got his hand raised, but walked out with more questions than answers, especially after going the distance with a fighter long past his prime.
One of the hardest people to put away is going to be Tony Ferguson. Look at the Justin Gagey fight, some of the punches that he got hit with there. He's a machine. He just takes punches and punishments. He's like the Terminator.
What do you do with Tony Ferguson moving forward? Because obviously he took a lot of damage in that first round, but then he tried to fight back, and I think that's what, 7 losses in a row now.
I would love to see Tony retire.
The kid is very beatable. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't feel like I lost. Like, it was just like one of those things. I was happy, and I got paid, did my shit. But then the one part was when I was leaving, Hunter was over there, and I looked at him. I was like, you know what? The cool thing is at least I have options. Because I don't give a fuck if they like me or hate me. You're still gonna watch me compete.
Paddy, I'm coming after you. July, I'm coming to your backyard with your people and kick your ass.
Next up was Bobby Green, a certified vet with slick hands, a slicker mouth, and a chip on his shoulder. This wasn't a gift. It wasn't a legacy name on a losing streak. This was a real dangerous opponent, someone who matches Paddy's energy and is always down to throw caution to the wind.
Everybody's like, well, why'd you call Bobby? Because he called me. He shouldn't have said my name. He should have kept it to those other guys. This guy right here will find you. And when I line it up and I get the sights right, you're gonna pay dearly.
I think he's a proper shit human being. So.
What makes you say that?
It's just a proper wanker, lad. He's saying that I mentioned him first, lad. He's just lying. Why would I mention you? Why would I mention Bobby Green, lad?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see me knocking him out. I can see me submitting him. That'd be nice, to be fair, if I got a first ever person to submit Bobby Green.
See, look how he's talking. He's talking like a spoiled little brat. It's the cool kid versus the brat. And he's the brat, and I'm the cool kid. You think you can get off on me? Nah, I'm gonna show you this is a bad idea.
Imagine being nearly 40 years of age and changing your name to King. It's embarrassing, lad. He's trying to come out and say, you mentioned me, Paddy. You talk about me. No. You was talking about me 2.5 years ago, lad. Don't try and spin the narrative now when you've been wanking over fighting me for 2.5 years.
I'll set the record straight. I said his name first. I'm like, man, he's just acting spoiled. He thinks he's the shit. He's gotten drunk off of winning. Maybe you think you're that badass. Let me sober you up a little bit. He could have just been cool. We could have been friends. We could have touched gloves and been happy. Like, okay, let's have a good time. But he started running his mouth. And now he's got to back up every word he said.
Bobby talked big in the lead-up, mocked Paddy's style, the hype, the whole act. But Paddy wasn't fazed. He walked into the fire, stayed composed, and snatched the soul out of the moment. A quick takedown, smooth transition, first-round submission.
You ever heard of a blooper? You know what that is? Like a blooper reel where the guy slips on a banana peel and then he falls into a bucket and, like some stupid shit like that. Well, I think I went to go punch him and he kicked my leg and then I kind of slipped and I went down. So people were like, why'd you shoot on him? And I was already like fucking down there. I kind of just fell into it. So I shot and then he capitalized on it.
Then came UFC 314. Another big step up against number 7 ranked Michael Chandler. The biggest fight of Paddy's career and the loudest the doubters had been. To some, Chandler was supposed to be the wall that Paddy finally ran into. A proven contender with a wrestling base, explosive hands, and years of experience at the top.
He's not stepping into the octagon with Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson. That first time he gets hit by one of the toughest punchers in the UFC lightweight division, which he has not faced yet. It's gonna be a different speed. It's gonna be a different ferocity that he hasn't felt before. I don't think he's there in a lot of ways. He's got some momentum right now, and the Paddy train stops in Miami.
He's gonna try and come out and knock me head off. I do think he is one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC. He comes out and he tries to absolutely take your head off. And that's all anyone's ever tried to do against me and knock me out, and no one's ever knocked me out. And Michael Chandler's not going to be the first person to. The only way I lose here is if I get it with a big, crazy, wild shot on the chin. And as you all know, Scousers don't get knocked out, so there's no way that's happening.
Scousers don't get knocked out apparently, but they've never been hit by the likes of me. I'm really, really excited to test his chin. I'm excited to test his heart, his metal. I'm gonna have 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on Paddy's throat. I'm gonna throw big bombs, and we're gonna see if he sinks or swims.
This is me throwing my ranking on the line, and I can't wait to go out there, land a couple of these big dogs on Paddy Pimblett's face. The presence is very, very important. He's already got a huge stage compared to what he has had in the past. Something a lot more violent and a lot more dangerous than he's ever encountered before. He'll know from the first exchange what a top 5 guy is, what a top lightweight in the world is. Those negative thoughts are gonna settle in. He's gonna look for an exit sign, and I'm gonna knock him out.
The fight was scheduled for 5 rounds, but Paddy needed less than 3. He officially went from a prospect to a contender with pure domination in every aspect over a former title challenger.
You had Paddy Pimblett realize the potential that we've seen glimpses of here and there, and we've always known that he had, ability on the microphone to make people interested in him. But he fulfilled all of that potential in this event.
Thank you very much.
So anybody that's doubting Paddy Pimblett or has anything bad to say about him at this point is just a hater.
Oh, dude.
You like that?
Wow.
Do you like that? So is it in line? That's how we roll, man.
Best I've ever seen Paddy look. He should definitely get fight of the night, even over the world title fight.
I always said this was going to happen. People laughed at me when I first said it and said I weren't going to do it. I can remember getting laughed at and said I'll never be ranked. Then it was I'll never be in the top 10. Now I'm going to be ranked 7 on Monday. And then I'm coming for the top 5 and then the title.
Some opponents did expose cracks in the armor. Others left with a reality check, but they all lost regardless. And Paddy's hype? As real as ever. But now he's got the elite performances to match it. He's now a legitimate threat in the UFC's toughest division.